Yoga Watch isn't a hard game. It's actually pretty easy. I mean, it can literally be beat by speedrunners in around 2 hours. The fuck you mean 2 hours? The fuck? Recently, I wanted to replay the first game, but I think it would be a boring video if I just played through the game. So I looked online for mods for Yokai Watch 1 that I could spice up my playthrough. That's when I came across exactly what I was looking for. Yokai Watch Hardcore. I'm just gonna ignore that ominous edit and keep going. The description of the mod says, Yokai Watch Hardcore is a mod that makes Yokai Watch 1 harder in several ways. Boss modifications for certain yokai, addition of evolutionary lineages. Leodoni, Smishionii, Grebstitch, what's that? And the white yokai are now invisible. No patrol eye appear on the minimap. This isn't even all of it, by the way. There's a lot more that's been changed. I'm only doing the main story in this video. Maybe eventually I'll do post-game, but don't count on it. Enough dilly-dallying, let's get into the game. It starts off like any normal Yokai Watch game. I named myself KT because I guess I'm above spelling out full names now. It's pretty normal, boring Yokai Watch gameplay, collecting bugs and stuff. I only get to whisper and fight Boo-hoo. Whoa! What? Okay. I defeat Boo-hoo since you can't actually die in this fight. I get a sawtooth stag from them. I name Boo-hoo Bird, and I name Kaden Bug. This is technically a challenge run, so I am required to give them stupid names. I almost never refer to them as these names I give them, so don't worry about memorizing them. More normal Yokai Watch gameplay stuff. Disrail the forces us become friends with the yokai. I choose to get Negatives, which I name Emo. After that, I try to get Hungramps. I get Demi? No. I get Dilemma? No. I finally get Hungramps, which I name Yes. Jibanyan time. Epic rap battle of history. Jibanyan versus Truck. Begin! What is that in the distance? Jibanyan sticks the sound of Ruff Ruff when I beat him first try. I named him Jibanyan Doob. I meant to spell Doobie after the red duck from DuckTales, which was wrong on so many levels. I fight Disrail and use my Soul Smitten. What? Something that wasn't listed in the mod description? This boss yokai and mini boss yokai just can't be hit by ultimates unless you have a certain skill, but that's for later. I have a friend or I name her Doob because, yeah. I do more probably Plow Elephant stuff for Tattletale yada yada. I want to play the game, not listen to this yap. I get Tattletale to name her Doobs. I stopped naming yokai Doobs after this. Anyway, I need to protect the seals now. I go to the first one. Oh. What? Another thing not listed in the mod description, mini boss yokai can use assault with no charge up. This only applies to mini boss yokai though, not regular bosses. Don't worry though, regular bosses love some fucking bullshit with them. Fantastic, alright. I put Tattletale / Doobs on my team because 2 healers are better than 1 probably. I go back to Tangum to kick his and I still lose. Well, there's one more strategy I can think of, and that's grinding till I'm overleveled and can beat them. So for the next 25 minutes, I sat there, going behind the Evermore and fighting yokai, then healing up till it's about level 7. I also got Ruff Ruff, which I named Freak. I go back to the Regulum and finally beat him. I go to Machismo next, which is honestly a breeze. They all just self-destructed and died. Next is Peckpocket. Peckpocket's team is actually kind of smart, and I hate it for that. This specific Peckpocket has this ultimate Loving Auntie, which revives dead yokai, and the Leodonis have a slowdown Spirit's ultimate. You need to beat Peckpocket before it starts spamming their Spirit, which I failed to do, so it's back to the grinding mines for me. After another exhilarating 20 minutes of grinding and a bit of luck, I'm able to beat Peckpocket. Now I'm on to Cybermander. But before the boss, since E-rank yokai now drop books, I was able to solve them by sandwiches. Cybermander is mostly unchanged, so it wasn't a problem for me. Just spam heal items and don't die. Yeah, of course you don't f***ing die. Why the f*** did I write that in the script? I started the next chapter again for Popsicle in preparation for Sprink. While doing that, Telltale/Dube starts evolving. I thought, oh, that's weird. I thought Tattlecast was a higher level. Maybe the mod maker just changed that. Nope, Telltale evolved into Scranny, which I promptly named Scranny has Paradise, so I keep them on the team for the entire run. Also, this yoke is a bit weird when it comes to ultimates. I don't actually decide when they use this ultimate, it just kinda happens. This ultimate meter doesn't even need to be fully filled, so it's actually pretty good. I get Popsicle, which I name Loser, and then I go to Tire the More to start the D-Rank Watch quest. I get the Spring and Screw, and then the Cog from Baku, who I defeat second try. Terror Time, all the patrol are invisible in the top and bottom screen. It's not that difficult though, all you have to do is hug the outer edges of the wall, or just shoot a stamina. Sprunk Fight is up next. The only thing that changed is really hard to attack his belly when he covers his face. This one was more challenging than Time taking 2 attempts. On my first attempt, I let too many yokai die and I lost. Then I just locked in and won on my second attempt. I genuinely don't know what I changed. Jeez, this is actually getting somewhat difficult, and usually never die to the early game bosses. Anyway, Sprink is gone, and I upgraded my yokai watch to D rank. The fusion quest is unlocked, so I go and do that with Rough Ref and Tubanyan to get Badinyan, which I named Batty. I also get Daramacha, which I meant to name Fodder since he's a tank, but I named him Fodcore. Apparently grammar checking is too good for me too. Fishing time! Why are you blue? I get Wildcat and I name him Quack. Fish time too, SP Snagajag. This guy's thing is that when you kill one of his fish, he heals 1/3 of his health, so just don't do that. Also, don't bring yokai with revenge unless you want that to happen. Just attack him with your main yokai and switch to Baku charges his ultimate, and you should be fine. What Dad forgot is by far the shortest chapter of his entire mod. Literally the only difficult part is the Wazat part because they're all invisible. But the thing is, you still have the shadows, so if you pay the slightest bit of attention, you can do it. Ignore that. There isn't even any battles in this chapter, but I guess I take those. Bike is unlocked, which makes everything go faster. I do the C-Rank Watch quest, Signable Suspicione Tantroni, all defeated first try, and I get the C-Rank Watch. I sell more books to fund my yokai food addiction, and buy 68 everything ramens. I go to the abandoned hospital and immediately sleep because, story I guess, I'm too good for reading too. I go to the construction site at night and get Komo-san. I name him Komo-san since he's already perfect. I climb up the construction site and go into the Massive Face fight. I had Komo-san in the front, which was a mistake. Komo-san does like no damage to Massive Face, it's so squishy that he gets killed in 1 or 2 hits. After I switch the position of Fodder and Komo-san, I beat Massive Face after 2 more attempts of dying due to me not managing my heals right. Also, I get a beefy vote for Massive Face, basically solidifying Badinyan's place in my team. I'm gonna be honest, the challenge has been super difficult up until now. When I tell you this is the point where it goes from, oh, I can beat this boss in like 10 to 30 minutes to, I spent 3 hours on this boss and I'm genuinely considering giving up, I mean it. This chapter started out like the rest. I upgraded my watch by fighting Tangloom, Flumpty, and Mad Mountain so I can access Eddie's house as a beer and watch door in front of it. Like, seriously dude, how do you live like this? I go inside Eddie's house and he invites us to the museum. Like a nerd. Look, Eddie, I don't care if T-Rex was an English rock band formed in London in 1967 with the lead guitarist being Mark Bolan. Wait. I check out the rest of the exhibits, then Eddie tells us to come back at night. When I come back at night, I get teleported into the museum by Mirapo. I do the Mirapo teleport puzzle. While I'm doing that, I get Bad Dude, which I name Batty too. Watch me first try this, by the way. Oh, you sweet, innocent child. You know, just roll the clip of me attempting this for the first time. You shouldn't have that, dude. Yeah, so Phantasmari has changes. First of all, he has sword hunting, you know, Snartle skill. Second, I know I wasn't shown that well in this specific clip, but Phantasmari's armor has so much health. I tried searching Hungrance for Blockade. That didn't work for reasons. I had another idea. You see, the abandoned hospital usually has an A-rank lock on it, so you can't just go in there and get over-leveled yokai. Thing is, you can just go to the 3rd floor via the vine on the side, so it'll leave the museum in the Apak and Miracle, which I named Quack and Frick. I meant to spell freak. I don't know why I can't spell. I swear I'm usually good at spelling. I placed Komo-san and Wallcapper with the aforementioned yokai. This finally still doesn't work. God fucking damn it! I genuinely didn't know what to do at this point, so I just went to bed and thought about it for a bit. That's when I had an idea. Remember when I was struggling with Pickpocket and I just overleveled? What if I did that again? I don't know where to put this, but I got Aegis Powder from Grumpled and upgraded my Yokai Watch, so that's why I have both of those things. I didn't know where to put it, so I just put it here. F you. I leveled up about 4 to 5 levels, then I knew I was ready. Ooh, okay, okay. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, I forgot you did that. I forgot you did that. Oh, thank God. This has been 3 hours. And after a long, hard battle, I remain victorious. I befriend Murpro and plus a split button on the timer on the top right. 2 hours, 53 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ. It only gets harder from here. I'm terrified for what's about to happen. Why does chapter 9 even exist? If you deleted this chapter, nothing of value would be lost. This isn't a critique of Yokai, though. What am I doing? I go to school at night, and originally I had a whole part about this chapter, and upon watching it back, I realized this chapter has nothing interesting in it besides the boss. So I'm just gonna skip to the boss. After that, the final boss of the chapter. This spider is actually an embarrassment. It only appears in Yokai 1 and 2, doesn't even have recolor in Infinite Inferno. You are a worthless boss yokai. My first attempt was going fine until I got a glitch that locked me into the purifying screen, so I had to restart. Also, this is when I realized I can use my ultimates now. You do Everforce/Everforce skill oldness zone. My second attempt went well too, and also ran to courage with ultimate and knocked out one of my main attackers. Attempt 3 I lost because I wasn't paying attention to heals. On my 5th attempt, we don't talk about my 4th attempt, I got to Ranger to about 50% health with only losing 1 yokai. I lowered to about 10% without losing any more. That's when right after they get up from the ground, this spider randomly is my second best attacker. Also, yes, Tarantular's thing is that it has revenge on his fleshy underbelly. And directly after that, he does his ultimate. So at this point, I think mind you, I have 0 reviving items. I knock out 3 or 4 of the legs, and Tarantula gets another one of my yokai. That's when I lock in. Die, please. Come on. I hate this game. That's my last everything around me, dude. Please just kneel over and die. You. That was way too intense. That was intense, man. Oh, that was intense. That was way too intense. Oh my god, dude. Wow, biggest lock-in of all time. I don't think I'll ever be that focused ever again. After the battle, Quack and Batty 2 evolve into their rare versions, Sepio and Breath. I named them Quack again and Bad 3. I head to the top of school to see the beautiful fireworks that I promptly... Second to last chapter, I go to the temple, and at the temple is Draggy, who wants the bug. If you remember a while ago, I already got it from Boohoo at the start of the game. Thank you, mod creator. I love you. I get Draggy. I'm actually not going to go for Shogunyan. I honestly just don't feel like it. I'm told to go to the abandoned hospital, but before that, I buy more noodles. I head to the abandoned hospital and meet the Leodoni, who's invisible. First room, we stand on our tippy toes. Next room, we select for the images. A banana. The third room, we ignore our medical problems. This image used to give me nightmares when I was a kid. I have all the selections memorized to not fight these yokai by heart. from how much I used to replay this game. I talked to totally not Dr. Madaman, and my game crashes. Cool. I forgot to save this chapter at all, so I'm doing it from the beginning. Double cool. I'll redo all that and get in the chair to fight Dr. Madaman. Madaman's thing is that he has Mirror Body, which gives revenge for technique attacks. I don't really have any technique attackers, so, that was awfully easy. I hope nothing hard is ahead. Wink wink. Ha. Foreshadow, foreshadow. Next real quick, I should say, this kid that I forgot the name of leads us to Mount Wildwood to save the yokai world from down the elevator into the starting room, where the first fight of the chapter is Venoct. This motherfucker spams his ultimates. Still not that difficult. I beat him while eating a little sweet breadstick. I did almost die a few times. Yes, the breadstick was yummy. I befriend Vanoct and name him Snake, and I put him on my team replacing Miracle/Frick. I headed to Gargaros. I did do some extra quests at the start of the game. Still not enough quests to appease Gargaros. I get sent down to Hungry Pass. I tried to leave. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They made Grubsnitch invisible. This section's ungodly obnoxious. If you don't remember this section, it's about 20 not Grubsnitches, and you find the real one. And the real one changes places every time you find them, and they look exactly the same as a fake Grubsnitch. And in this mod, they're all invisible. This challenge took me 15 minutes. Not horribly bad, but the only reason it didn't take longer is because I looked up a guide 10 minutes in. At the second Oni, I picked the correct option so I don't get sent to Liar Mountain. At the third Oni, I actually didn't think I had enough battles, but I did. I've gotten in 165 battles so far. Now I want to... McCracken. I'm just gonna play my first attempt. Yeah, not only does McCracken have a ton of health, he also does a lot more damage. After 10 minutes of throwing myself at McCracken, I tried a different strategy. I leave the McCracken fight and sleep till night and go to Fortune Hospital to get some nasty medicine. That still doesn't work, I only get 1/10 of his health down. At this point, I was just really demotivated. I actually considered just giving up and making a different video. I know that seems silly, since with Phantasmarai I was stuck for way longer, but at least with Phantasmarai I didn't see a health bar in my face saying, "Lamau, you're nowhere close to beating this boss." I have one last idea, an idea that's never failed me till now. Grinding till I'm overleveled and can beat them. But now is the time. I said to myself if I don't meet McCracken on this attempt, I'll scrap the video. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And with that, McCracken is gone. Oh my god, I'm finally free. It's over. Oh, wait, no, there's still more. Never mind. That felt really finally. I'm sorry for popping off prematurely. In all seriousness though, the fight was 27 minutes long. In that time I spent fighting McCracken, you could order food and have it delivered to your house. I leave the yokai world and go to the elementary school, where a beefed up Slendermander is. This honestly felt like a breath of fresh air compared to McCracken. Not difficult at all, literally done first try. Now all that's left is 3 white yokai in McCracken phase 2. I beat all the white yokai swiftly. I guess it's McCracken time. I head out to Mount Wildwood, a little scared to fight McCracken, but confident I can still win. I get in the fight, he's not doing much damage. This is only the first phase though, I need to keep my health up. I immediately go for the thing that opens his mouth. It opens and... oh, that's half his health gone, and the only reason he survived was because of endurance. Yeah, the mod maker decided to make this final boss kind of a pushover, so with the mouth open again, I beat Murtak and end the run with a time of 14 hours, 38 minutes, and 36 seconds. If this mod has taught me anything, it's that violence is the answer if you're a high enough level. I'm not even going to touch post-game, but you can. This mod is extremely fun, and the link to download it will be in the description. Try it out if you're either looking for a challenge or just really hate yourself. If I had to make any recommendations to improve it, I'd say make the early game a bit harder, but that's literally it. Great mod. One thing I have to say before I go. Burn in hell, Phantasmarai. Anyway, peace out.